Hey, good morning, Coach. How you doing today?
All right.
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, just I was just driving up thinking about how the film review went with the linemen. They all, you didn't notice a drop off from upstairs, but how did it look on tape and what those guys had to do as they were stepping in for folks?
Kind of being, we're a resilient group, really in all three phases. Guys stepping up and taking on their roles, and so we look guys around and affects special teams, and certainly the middle part of our defense and the offensive line. I thought Ryan News did a heck of a job stepping in and getting his first start in great command. He played really well. Tyler Bray will come in, see his first action. Storms continues to play well for us in that role. And Kyle Heaton came in for a series. That's the way it goes. We're going to deal with something. It's our job as pros to find solutions and see a little bit of what they were doing. And obviously, when that happens, you got to find ways to be successful. And those guys did a nice job.
And injury-wise, anybody out? I guess Street was the most serious, and Jake, I guess.
Opinion. I mean, we'll see. It's a packet. And when we look at that, I won't speak too soon, but he's not bad as we thought. We'll just have to see. I was concerned about that. But we'll have to get more opinions. The rest of those guys, Chris, Jake, they'll have a real chance to play with this week. We'll see how it goes. Let's see, Landman as the week goes, and David Onyemata, all those guys. It's going to be out throughout the week.
Mm-hmm. And on the bubble screen there, it looked like it. We got some video out there of a potential missed block on that.
A couple of things, it's not necessarily a clock screen. It's completely different than the first play of the game. I saw it somewhere else. There was one to cover 3. That was a quick screen out there to 1. This is a run alert. You start 2 back. Nobody moved. They're playing it was a good call by Todd. They roll into the field and base defense, and which they've shown a lot of. And what happens when you a little bit, this isn't blame anybody, I just tell you what happens on those plays. And you put those run alerts and you got numbers. And certainly we can execute that better. You get a roll corner and you got a chance to block it. And snap may take you around a little bit and make that decision, so you time is a little off. So credit to them, came up, made a play, but we can certainly execute and coach it better, and that's the one we'd all like to have back. That's what happened.
In terms of what you saw from the reserve offensive linemen, maybe Neusel or Storm, when Drew and Caleb are ready, does that give you maybe some confidence if you're not liking what you're seeing from those guys to make a switch that maybe you didn't have before because you just didn't know what you truly had in the game set?
No, that's a good question. No, I mean, obviously, I think you got to earn a job every day. There's nothing bad. I'm not concerned about Drew and Caleb. They played some good football for us. And what I think Mikey gives you a little bit, maybe a guy doesn't feel like he's had a rush back, but you like that guy that keeps everybody going. It's credit to a lot of people who are in the player first. All those guys work extremely hard and done this game. So I would look at it in a positive light like that. I'm like, hey, in danger of being injured and doing well. But you saw all those things play out.
In terms of your secondary and how you deployed them last week, you seem like you used a lot more quarter than I feel like maybe you have in the past with that many defensive backs out there. Was that a function of the linebacker injury issues, or was that
a little bit of the game plan? Give and take. That's one of the things we were doing. Not have a good look. So I'm like, Gavin's a great player. So they got patient. They stayed with the runs and they hit a couple late. So yeah, I let them know this game plan. I didn't change until that bad more. Until I think Andre did a nice job. He played it.
I feel like I ask you like a weekly Kyle Pitts question, or this table asks you a weekly Kyle Pitts question. The way he looked like opened up on that touchdown, is that maybe the closest to what you have hoped to see?
Every week, I do, and which is great. I mean, said nobody's celebrating those victories, I promise you that. But you're seeing all these young guys and everybody fits the ball well, and that's kind of where we want to be. You got to adjust a little bit. There's some things we did early in the drive, and, as you're mixing and matching alignment after that, and there's other things in the plan. They started bringing pressure. We saw a lot of stuff that Minnesota did to try to blow up our run game. We saw a little more zero pressure in early downs, which that's what makes it fun. Blow up the run game, made your ball get out quicker, and we stayed aggressive and showed some different actions we hadn't showed before. But I felt like everybody got involved. Certainly Drake was a heck of a game. You could see Kyle going, and then Bijan and running the pass. So that's trending in the right direction. But unfortunately, a couple of plays didn't even make it in all three phases.
Arthur, on that first red zone drive, I'm just curious from an execution standpoint on the second down play to Bijan. He seemed to have slowed up instead of just going right for the pylon. Was that by design? I mean, it looked like CP and Pitts blocked the right guys.
There's a guy chasing him that had him a man, and then he was trying to set the blocker up in the corner. Still, not a second guess. He's got a lot of instinct. The same play we had on the third down. Goes in there as a pass, but we just changed up we just told Hodge to line up down there. I just told him don't motion down, we go to John and then hit Bijan from the mid set. They'll look at the long call
Right.
with him and he has.
On the third down, the one where Desmond missed him, was that about the throw, or did Bijan need to take that route flatter?
No, I think you got to give them credit. Zero pressure, so you build that in as an award.
Right.
Wakefield got in there, and certainly you don't want to be throw that thing short. It can go the other way. So I mean, obviously the ball could hit it, but they did get altered a little bit. That's not making excuses, but that did happen. It was zero. That's why it was that open. And zero, and we got them out leverage. Took away, but Boston's only done it.
Josh asked you yesterday about Ritter and progress and incremental progress. You said you want to go back, watch tape. After having done that, where are you maybe seeing progress from Ritter, or where you feel like you haven't seen enough?
Oh, yeah. And it's probably the easiest thing to do is make an argument both ways. I think you could argue that the number would be pretty good. Right? I believe that was his career high. Is that right? Yeah. Career high. Thought he threw the ball really well. Thought he moved to the pockets and stuff to make some difficult throws. He was in the one that they got knocked out of Drake that could put us down in this scoring position. That's not an easy throw. You do see a lot of progress, even some of the small things. That we first tell you, whether it was a couple plays here or there, you got to work on and it's continuing to grow. So he's got 15 starts, give or take 6 times out of those 15. We haven't won them all. Took this position late in the game, scored to win or to lead. So there are all targets, but we evaluate everything every day, just like I evaluate everything I do every day and try to improve. But, our focus right now is can we eliminate in all 3 phases a couple of plays that we didn't make, and other things that may not have been exposed. We got to improve, and we got to put everything in this. I mean, there it is. Last quarter of the season. Thankfully, we have another opportunity, and we got to go win this game Sunday.
You've talked often about not wanting to be on a roller coaster. You talked about that when you're making all the quarterback moves. It seems like when Des plays, the highs are really, really high, and then some of the mistakes are pretty low. Is that hard to navigate that when it seems like when there isn't that level of consistency that can offer more stasis? Or?
Yeah, a lot of ways to look at it. You try to have perspective. You're talking about a young player and how to go in the skill position guy too. But there's not very any panic in them. That's why you like working with it. It's their job to keep working with it. And obviously, what we can control this week is put everything we got to go win this game, with Charlotte. And that's the opportunity we have in front of us.
Arthur, given what was on the line in the game and how much it would have put you in the driver's seat for the division, is it fair to say this is the most disappointing loss of your head coaching tenure here?
I don't know, man, give you recency bias. I'm just, like you tell a player or anybody, I mean, you can be frustrated, you can be mad, and I think once you kind of get over the initial, when the game's over, and go back and look at it objectively, now you're just wasting emotion. Because the reality is, hey, thankfully, we had the opportunity to go, things in front of us. It'll be a crazy finish of the season, I can promise you that. We got to control what we control. Only we control, we know we're playing Sunday, and we have to win that game. But I would say, hey, this is the most disappointing. I felt disappointed before, and just like I try not to overreact when you get a win, like in the Worlds. We felt the offensive wall a couple weeks ago. We got it done, and we didn't yesterday. But we still have the opportunity, and this thing, I guarantee you around the league, it'll take a crazy ride the last 4 weeks. You see it every Sunday.
Drake London had a career game yesterday. What stood out most from him on the film?
Well, a lot of good. Sometimes it's, certain legal production, the ball was in the air, and, so in the routes he ran, he's a unique player, so I would draft him and what he did. I think he fits us. And sometimes you can look at receiver numbers of maybe 7 or 8 catches, and let's call it the other 65 plays aren't very productive. I think it already every play Drake's out there, I think he has the ball or not, he makes an impact. And then yesterday, some of the matchups he got, instead of bringing a lot of pressure, people coming back to bait, we needed to win outside, one outside. And that's where a lot of those big plays were. So that was really cool to see.
I know there's lots of differences down to down, game to game, but the way that the last 3 minutes of that game played out were very similar to Arizona, Minnesota. Are there any commonalities that you see?
We looked at the long time this morning, the defense, and there've been different calls. One of the things that the game plan, there were some runs they did early on, and it came back to, and we had fit them better early on, and they did. And some games we pressured. We had pressure and hair long on. We looked at it all. But at the end of the day, it comes to those couple downs, and they made the play. We had a good shot at 4-1 in a couple spots, and credit to them, they got it. Ray did a great job punching them all out, but they made it. Third and 10, they got one, and then the last one, they hit odd with. So, we looked at it all where personnel, where guys are matched up, what we're calling, what we need to maybe adapt to, and unfortunately, it's been the same result, but they've been a little bit different.
Coach, how did Tyler Vrabel play in the 50? We got him 57.
He played well. It's never easy, to come in there and but that's his job, right? I mean, you're up as a third tackle, you're playing away. And literally happened yesterday. It was a storm the week before. That era storm they played against Houston. So I thought he did a really nice job. The guy did our program, he works extremely hard. And like I said, they're really moving football, and all of us are always a couple things we tell you to work at, but very pleased with what he did.
And Travis Smith from Kennesaw State saw his first action.
Travis Bell?
Yeah, Travis Bell, I'm sorry.
Yeah. He went in there and got his first action. Did a couple nice things.
When you continue to outgain opponents, doesn't show up on the scoreboard. Is there any validation in the process, at least, even though the results aren't bearing out in wins and points?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But it goes back to our water league control. Like, a small liberty. Don't give away non-points, right? And then unfortunately, we missed a couple field goals. Like, that's points off the board. If you look at it early, I know he was a fifth time with that over 400 yards. We to do that, so I could sit here and try to bump us up, and ultimately just didn't get it done. And there is progress. With us and these young guys, and we got to continue to work. And like I said, this opportunity, let's finish this thing and build off it, and let's fix these things that have costed us from getting 30 plus and consistently staying in the rhythm.
To that end, when you talk about, progress in the small things, progress in the individuals, how do you, weigh the progress being made in the short term with the fact that it's still a loss that affects the long term?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard being objective. I mean, that's why when you're looking at that, I'm aware of what we've done well. We're that I continue. Our stats been the same, but so the results have been the same. Like, turning the ball over, we miss a play here or there, kind of opportunity to maybe take a better lead or take advantage of the field position, get some more momentum. And the good news is, I mean, these guys, no matter what happens, if that and Zelos, we're never going down swinging. That part's not been an issue. Yeah, I mean, it looks that way now, but we still got life, right? So we'll control what we can control, and that's the only thing we can do. And we can't sit here and let this loss become two, and it's just been 40 hours. Feel sorry for yourself, or I mean, it's can't do that. We got to flip the page and get ready to go.
Yeah, lots happened since the season opener. Up the street there. Yes. I mean, up the street in Charlotte.
85.
Yeah, 85 there. Used to be 2 lanes all the way to Jimmy Carter back in the day. But
How many cigarettes was that for you when I drive? Okay, don't anything.
yeah, okay, yeah. I'm taking the 5th on that one. But yeah, just you know, I know y'all will get into him a little bit more here, but you know, just playing the Panthers as your next opponent, and what'll be some of the issues and keys for you all.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm sure that I feel pretty good about the way they ran the ball yesterday. I'm obviously looking at some of the things that they have hurt us yesterday. That would be something we've got to shut down. You know, they kind of changed a little bit the style. You know, from what they were doing with Buddy. Defensively, they were playing solid. I think they're bound. If there's anybody inside, we got to block him. That'll start there. We got to work cut out for us. It's the NFL. We all know that. Now this is what happens when this is the most important game of the season. So we got to make sure we play really well and eliminate the couple plays that stop us. I'll take it to the next step.
A lot of the guys yesterday talked about how the margin for error is completely gone, more or less.
Yeah,
At this point.
for almost just about every team right now, with the exception of a few. Yeah, that's constant.
I guess what I asked you, I think it was last week, about how like it seems like you're in this situation every year. The fact that there is at least some of the young guys that have been here before, whether it's last season or even 2 years ago, in that case, does that help, or does that not necessarily correlate over when you're dealing with something like this against maybe some teams that in Indianapolis, they haven't necessarily been like that. Chicago hasn't been like that. Obviously, New Orleans has.
Well, I think the experience does. You know, remembering this season, and some of our rookies, we're being in the fresher moments. That's where you're going to find out a lot about yourself. Like kid Clark, Phillips, a lot of credit. You tell the guys that want the ball to go their way, and certainly he does. That was exciting to see. Certain guys that maybe hope the ball doesn't find them. That's tough not to play. I thought AJ played really well, but you know, being in those moments, not go to win a game or in the game scenarios, it all adds up in that experience. If it's handled right, you get more than fine.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
Thanks.